Welcome to the definitive guide to the RebUpsell, the rebuttal upsell. This is retargeting with a higher LTV offer so that you can improve your business economics. We're going to break down into really what is this and where does it come from? How does it work? And potentially, most importantly about this, what is the strategy designed for creation of this offer and ultimate deployment? Now, if you know anything about me, I've been the one preaching forever that retargeting is basically useless. This is one of the 3 exceptions to that rule, alongside, of course, DPA ads and, well, some other strategic and tactical things that we might need for short-term periods like we saw on Black Friday or Christmas or other offers where you just need to smash impressions for one reason or another, and you've decided to take that hit because a short-term win is something you can afford versus long-term opportunity because the thing you're optimizing for has a short timeline. Now, all that being said, let's break down the rebuttal upsell in just a minute. Now, before we get started, I want to say thank you. I know you could be literally anywhere in the world right now and you've chosen to spend your time here. I want to make sure that this is as valuable to you as possible, and I make you that promise that over the next 30 so minutes, we are going to break down everything that you need to know so that you can get down your entire ad account to one offer and potentially one rebuttal upsell, and it'll fundamentally change your entire business future. And the honest truth is, you don't even need to use the rebuttal upsell as an offer inside of your Facebook ads, and you can still tremendously crush with it. It is a game changer. So we're going to dive into all of that stuff. Now, if you find this valuable, please go ahead, like and subscribe. If you want to know more about things from me on a regular basis, go to newsletter.facebookdisruptor.com, sign up for the newsletter. And if you really want to massively ramp up your skill set and you are ready to invest in a much better future for your business, for your agency, for your brand and your skills, go to mba.facebookdisruptor.com and check out the Facebook Ads MBA program. Now, let's get started. What is the RebUpsell? So, the rebuttal upsell is something that is often done by sales teams in the real world in normal conversations. This is basically say, how do we address an objection? Now, one of the biggest mistakes that marketers do is they address the objection of price or value by decreasing the price. Now, there's a lot of reasons why this is a really bad idea. But what we're going to attack today primarily is 3 parts. Number 1, getting less money from somebody ultimately hurts the LTV. When you attract a customer because of price, running discounts, not only does that hurt the upfront value of that customer, which of course hurts LTV, but also price conscious consumers that make a decision because of price are far less brand loyal. And to be fair, very, very few of us are selling something, a product or service or an offer that has any bit of uniqueness and a moat built around it by the fact that nobody can compete with us, right? The sales funnel for your product is probably decades old, right? Like if you're selling sneakers, people have had shoes since before they could walk. So you're not introducing a new idea. You're not solving a problem that nobody knew that they had. So part of this is to understand when you win the sale by making it cheaper, you are attracting a lower quality customer that's less likely to spend with you again. Second thing is oftentimes the reason that people don't buy isn't because of the price, but because of the value. If I try to sell you this pen for $5, you might say, well, I don't want to buy a $5 pen. But if instead I make you a deal on 4 pens, now you're saying, well, I don't know if I want to buy the one thing, but now that I'm getting a lot with it, that's a thing I might consider. This, was made super popular by infomercials. That's where this really comes from. And you could buy the one Ginsu knife for about $20, which nobody's probably going to do. Maybe, maybe not. But when you get the knife plus the 8 other things in the block and the little mat and then the thing that cuts up fish, and then you get 2 of them for 3 easy payments, $39.99. Now you're running to your credit card. You are more likely to spend $120 on the bundle than you are $20 for the one item. And it's because you're overcoming the objection of value. Now, when somebody buys more than one product from you, you're also inspiring future purchases. Now, whether that is one sale somebody buys from you or multiple, the fact that they have multiple things from you, there's a psychological impact of having more material, more brand in the face, more touch points in your life that makes you more brand loyal and ultimately provides you to be the top of mind solution when the next purchasing decision needs to be made. And that is a superpower that you need to have access to. And the third thing here is that ultimately it's a cash flow solution. Would you rather get 1/3 of the amount of customers that pay you 3 times as much if they're 50% more likely to buy a second time? I'd say yes. Also, when somebody buys from you on a higher price, better value offer, when they come back, do you think they're going to buy just the lowest price thing that you have? If you're saying no to this pen, but then I give you for $5, but I give you 3 for 15, and you want to come back and buy pens, you're far more likely to buy from me again. And you're far more likely to buy 4 for 15, right? The 3 plus buy 3, get 1 free, than you are to come back and buy 1. And the point here is, because I've overcome the objection of value, and I found the person that is willing to pay more money to get a better value, I am building a customer base of folks who are more likely to spend more money and spend that money more often with me to solve that problem. I'm also building a moat around my offer and my business because everybody else might be selling 1 pen. I'm no longer competing with them. I'm now competing with only the people that have an equivalent quality, but are also providing the value at scale. Now, the honest truth is, we see this happen all the time in the real world. And it is criminally under-leveraged in digital marketing. And we talk a lot about this inside the Facebook Ads MBA program, the deployment of all of this stuff. It's inside the One Step Beyond One Campaign ebooks. You can get on disruptorschool.com. I'm not here to sell all that stuff, just letting you know, like, we dive super deep into it all there, but I'm going to give a lot of that in here as much as I can, because I think this is fundamental to what we need to be thinking about and how we need to be thinking as marketers. Now, remember, it's going to probably cost more money to sell $120 pack of knives from Ginsu than it is to sell the 1. But that's okay, because we are more likely to secure future cash flow, and we are differentiating ourselves from the market, so we're creating more brand loyalty. And we probably have a better revenue margin per transaction of like overall net than we would otherwise. If we can sell one $20 knife from Ginsu for $10, every sale, for instance, we make $10. Now, maybe I sell the $120 offer and that costs me $60 to sell. Now, you'd say, well, that cost 6 times as much. But I also made 6 times as much money on that transaction, and I'm far more likely to get future revenue. Now, for those of you that are quick to this, you're saying, well, but your COGS are higher, and that's true. But you've effectively made 6 sales in 1 with somebody who's more likely to come back. That second sale, if you bake in the COGS of the offer as the acquisition cost for that second purchase, you would do it all day, especially considering that second purchase that's also the bundle is an additional 6 sales. The math makes sense. The math actually works that not doing this is actually a bad idea. And if you start to really look around, you'll find most brands that are super successful actually lead with something like this. there is some version of this inside of their sales funnel. Now, there are some products that are just straight up commodities and we don't see that, but especially in highly competitive spaces where we do not have the differentiation by the uniqueness of the product or service or solution, the differentiation on value competes with the differentiation on price. And the honest truth is, to break it down, if you are trying to win by charging less money for a solution to a problem, you are going to lose to a company that has more cash flow than you. Jeff Bezos already beat you. You are fighting a losing game, and you will not be able to compete as the cost of advertising increases. So you can make the choice to fight a losing battle in a business model that is harder to win with against people that can lose more money in a day than you will make in a year. Or you can start to win by business model and positioning with your products, services, and offers. And that's really where the rebuttal upsell comes from. That's what it is. And so in a minute, we're going to break down how it works and everything else. But I just want to remind you, if you like all of this stuff, please like and subscribe. Ask questions if you have them. And if you are interested in more of this stuff, I know I mentioned it before, but the Facebook Ads MBA program, go to disruptorschool.com. There's a lot of courses on there. You can get into the newsletter. There's a lot of bundles. There's a lot of offers. Hell, I'm doing bundles there too. And you can sign up for the Facebook Ads MBA program, or you can go there and check out a video that breaks down the entire thing so you can see everything behind the curtain of basically what everybody else is going to teach in the next few years. You can start learning it right now, which is going to tremendously differentiate you from the ad agency trying to take as much credit for everybody else's work as possible so they can take a higher commission on your ad spend, to the brand that is growing. And there's a fundamental difference between how people look at performance. You deserve to grow. Now, how does a rebuttal upsell work? What is the actual functionality behind the RebUpsell? Well, it kind of works like this. You might have a hero product or offer. Again, let's go back to this pen, okay? And for those of you that want to make an analogy with something you might be more familiar with, let's say this pen is the single flagship knife inside of the Ginsu knife package, okay? Now, the way this works is I can have this pen, I can have ads to sell it. I can have a landing page that sells this thing for $5, whatever it happens to be. The knife at Ginsu is about $20. Now, you can come to that, and maybe if you look at it and you want to buy it, great. Maybe you say no. Well, the way your rebuttal upsell works is to say, you said no. Now, instead of me coming back, which is a typical agency model and old school Facebook marketer model, basically something that's been obsolete since 2018 and actually is incredibly disrespectful, but far too common, is I'm going to make a retargeting audience to smash you over the head to say, buy this thing, buy this thing, buy this thing. You said that you were mildly interested. I'm just going to keep hammering you, right? It's like you went out on a date with somebody, so you're just going to send them 2 or 3 text messages a day until they respond and want to go out with you again. Because in the real world, that works. Like, that makes no sense, right? If you went to a store and you pick this pen up off, let's not use a pen, let's call it a vacuum cleaner. You go to the store and you pick up a vacuum cleaner and talk to the salesperson. If that salesperson then came knocking on your door twice a day for the next, week, month? How big is your retargeting audience? 6 months? A year? And just knocks on your door on a consistent basis because you have a high frequency in your retargeting audience. How much are you spending to infuriate potential customers? Well, we're making a couple sales at a high ROAS. ROAS doesn't mean anything. And you're trying to solve the problem in the least efficient way. But we see a lot of marketers teach this, especially agencies. I can't tell you how many courses and gurus and agencies teach the idea of hammering over retargeting and do all of this stuff to get the best ROAS you can. Because yes, on that day, when somebody makes a sale, that ad set and that spend is going to have a high ROAS. But it might have cost you 100 sales to get 5 people to want to buy at a high profit margin today. And you're not even baking in the cost of what it took to get there. Now, instead, we can say, you didn't want to buy this pen. Okay. One pen for $5 wasn't good enough. Let me offer you buy two, get one free. Or in this case, I'm using the example of buy three, get one free. Spend $15 and I'll actually send you a fourth one for free. How does that hit in your brain? For you to say, oh, I'm not interested, and then for me to come on to your doorstep twice a day and offer you a discount until you buy, versus me saying, oh, by the way, look, you're not interested in that? We have this bundle deal where you can buy three of them and you get a fourth one for free. Which one strikes you as something that isn't completely offensive? It's probably the one that also is way better for your business's bottom line and your cash flow. See, now, if you come in and you tell me I'm not interested, and then I just pound you over the head with offers on discounts until you buy, maybe you buy, maybe you don't. But if you do buy from that, do you think that if you come to my doorstep every day, twice a day, offering me a discount, 10% off, 20% off, 30% off, please buy now, please, I'm so desperate, please give me money. Do you think I value your product? Do you think I am loyal at all? I can't tell you how many people use this strategy and also say, well, it's all about customer acquisition and you should never pay money to get a second sale, because once you make a sale, those people should be brand loyal and you should be able to use, customer journey and email to get that person. Like, you already wildly abused the social contract just to get 1 out of 1,000 people to maybe give you money, and you burned 999 bridges to get there. I'm probably not going to come back to you unless you have the cheapest price. And I'm going to probably wait until you have a sale, because I'm never going to pay full price. Or we could say, you weren't interested in this. How about buy three, get one free? And if you like it, you can always come back and get that buy three, get one free offer. Or if you want just one, you can pay full price all you want. I'm far more likely to come back. Maybe I'll pay full price and you don't even need to sell me. Maybe I'll come back and I'm going to look for that buy three, get one free offer. Point is, if I'm interested in buying again, I'm way more likely to be self-motivated to do it, which means even if I do spend money on retention, my efficiency is going to be astronomically better. And instead of you buying one pen for, in this case, $5, and me trying to get 3, 4, 5, 6 sales from you, so you spend $30 with me, which, to be fair, is probably very unrealistic. What if I spent $20 to get you to pay me $15, knowing that you're more than likely to come back and buy at least one more time? What if you buy 2 more times from me at full price? Well, maybe I get $25. Maybe I get $45 because you come back and buy the bundle again. The honest truth is, people that buy bundles, especially on goods that are consumable or that depreciate and value or quality, if you take a bundle deal, you are more likely to buy that bundle deal again. You're more likely to seek it out. And if you don't buy that bundle deal again, you are not going to wait for a discount on the full priced offer, because you're already giving yourself a discount. Oh, I'm not spending $15. I'm just going to spend the $5 and get the one I want. The point is, you could lose money at the front of the funnel to make that work. Now, you don't have to, right? Maybe it costs you $3 to sell the thing for $5, and it costs you $10 to sell the thing for $15. You're already ahead. Now, if you do that at a $40 product, or maybe it costs you $35 to sell something for $40, and you're like, hey, look, we got like a 1.3 ROAS. This is, 1.2 ROAS. This is great. Maybe it costs you $25 to sell the thing for $40. Great. I'm going to try to sell you for $120. Because for you to make $100 out of just revenue from that customer, you're going to have to get them to buy 3 times. If I get somebody to buy twice, their LTV is going to be over $200 if the product costs $40. 120. If they buy twice at full price, hey, look, I'm at $200. If they take that buy three, get one free deal again, now it's $240. If they buy a third time, maybe it's $280, maybe it's $300 something. That's an astronomically better situation for your business to be in. And if you look back at any infomercial from Guthy Ranker, somewhere around the 8-minute mark, you're going to hear the magic phrase, but wait, there's more. And basically what we're doing here is we're building in the but wait, there's more into our offer construction. Our sales journey is actually aimed to try to get people to take the but wait, there's more offer. Although sometimes you have to lead with something lower. Now we'll get into the strategy and design for the rebuttal upsells, both with paid media and just positioning inside your website in just a second. But I just want to say, if you have any questions about this stuff, again, comment below. If you like this, please like the video. It means the world. If you're on, podcast, leave a review. It means so much. And subscribe. And if you like this type of information, you can go to disruptorschool.com, sign up for our newsletter, where you will get information like this every single week in your inbox. Plus interviews and all sorts of other stuff. Great deals, great bundles are on disruptorschool.com right now, plus brand new courses from some of the world's best marketers, teaching you the framework and thinking so that you can take omni-channel strategies and distribution to solve your problems, and ultimately figure out the way of thinking so that you can solve a problem regardless of the situation, regardless of how platforms change. Because we're teaching you how to think and to solve problems, not what button to push so you can hack Facebook or any other channel today. And if you really want to level up, go to mba.facebookdisruptor.com or go to disruptorschool.com and check out the Facebook Ads MBA program. There's a video on there that'll break you down the entire thing. This is the #1 school in the world to get good at growth and acquisition. So, last thing we need to discuss here. What is the strategy and design for a rebuttal upsell offer? Now, there are basically two ways of going about this. Number one is to offer a bulk deal, right? You didn't want the pens, so we're going to give you buy 3 pens, get 1 pen free. That tends to be really successful. And this depends on how your business model is set up, the SKUs you have in your business. There's more than a few things, and there's no one right solution for any business, because basically everybody's business model works a little bit differently. And everybody's customers are motivated by slightly different things. You can have two completely similar brands, Puma and Adidas. It's basically the same company in a small town in Germany, and the Puma factory's on one side, the Adidas factory's on the other. And they could solve the problem in completely different ways because it's the way that their business's DNA works. And we see this all the time, because let's be fair, even the brightest, most unique, most fun idea that you have, there's 100 other people trying to do it. And you're all solving it in a slightly different way. And you're probably better than other people with some things, and they're probably better than you at others, and that's totally fine. So we have to lean into what works for us. Now, the bulk offer says that people are likely to need more than one. So for instance, this pen, it's going to run out. So I know that if I like this pen, I'm going to buy another one. Why am I going to buy 4 of them for $20? Why am I going to buy 2 for 10? Where if I spend another $5, I basically do buy one, get one free on the third purchase. So I might as well just buy it, right? I'll take the buy 3, get one free, sure. Now, the other side of this is vertically integrated bundling. Vertically integrated bundling is a phenomenal way if you have a diverse product line and complementary products to get consumers to be interested in more than one thing. Now, for instance, we used the example earlier of the Ginsu knife. Now, the Ginsu knife commercial sells you the knife, right? The first 8 minutes sells you on how good that knife is. And then what do we have at 8 minutes? But wait, there's more, right? Thank you, Marina Randolph, for writing that from All Marketers. I appreciate it. My little boss, Marina Randolph from Guthy Ranker. Very smart person. Learned a lot from her. Brilliant. Anyway. But wait, there's more. Doesn't sell you on what a good deal it would be to take 4 Ginsu knives. they start to solve other problems with complementary products. Now, I've also done this with some of my brands. For instance, 310 Nutrition. One of the things that we did in our bundle deals is we did both things. We did a buy two, get one free on a bag. Now, our bag was $68, which was competitive in price with everybody else in the market. But we said, hey, look, maybe you already know you want meal replacement shake. You don't want to pay full price with us. You've already gone to our competitors. You are ready to buy. You just want to go to a different brand. You're not brand loyal. Maybe because somebody else offered you a discount and you liked the thing, but you wanted something better. Great. We're going to win on value. Buy two, get one free. For $136, you can actually get 3 bags. Well, that's a good deal. And I can pick my flavors and all sorts of stuff. This is great. I'm going to try that out. And if it doesn't work, okay, well, you know, fine. I gave it a shot. And if it does work, I'm just going to come back and do the buy two, get one free every single time. We had people that did that like 10 times or more. Like, the LTV on these customers was in the thousands when our primary product was under $70. That's massive. Now you're saying, well, I don't have that kind of setup. And just to give an example of what the complementary vertically integrated bundle in that situation was, we had a few of them. But the biggest winners were something we would call like the starter pack, right? And you'd get shake, but you'd also get tea and lemonade, a shaker cup, and a gift card. So now what this means is I'm kind of cool on the shake and other people are doing it, but hey, you're actually giving me not only meal replacement shake, but you're giving me this lovely tea, and I'm going to be able to try the lemonade, and I'm going to get a gift card on future purchases plus some ebooks. So I'm getting this like $100 perceived value for like $40. I'm like saving 60%. This is a really good deal. And to be fair, it legitimately was a good deal. If you went out and tried to spend money on the ebooks and you bought the gift card at price and you bought the lemonades and you bought the tea and you bought the shake and the shaker cup, it was like over $100. And we sold you for $39. So it was like, I think a 65% savings. That's a tremendous deal. And so now when people are shopping around, they're like, meal replacement shake bag, slightly smaller bag with a whole bunch of other stuff and a discount on future things, plus things to educate myself. And it's lower price. I'm going to probably do that. Right? So that bundle deal, now remember, I hear you saying, yes, it was a lower price. How's that an upsell? Here's the thing. The bundle upsell for us at the lower price was compared to our competitors for the full size, full price offer. But our flagship offer was actually a $9. Here's like 3 days. So that bundle was an upsell to our $9 3-day thing. Instead, you got basically like 2 weeks worth of stuff. So you went from $9 for 3 days to $40 for 3 weeks with a discount and additional products. So it's a rebuttal upsell on our own value ladder. We're no longer competing with other people. So we positioned it in a way that built a moat around the brand, and we ultimately don't have to compete with other individuals. So the design of that offer was not only to provide a better value for more money against our own customer base, but also to position ourselves to compete against our competitors. We had the high price bundle deal. And then we had the mid-range price. $40 is like a mid-range. It's not the cheapest thing on the market, but it's definitely not the most expensive. And you got a ton of value for it. Now, those are the 2 ways of making it work. Every business is slightly different. In that business, we actually did both. Generally speaking, most businesses, I try to find a match of both types of offers. Now, the fun thing is, ultimately, in the strategy of deployment, I'll start these offers off with saying, anybody that abandoned cart or came to the website or was interested, I might retarget with this thing for like a week or a couple of days or a month, whatever it is. And basically, the idea is I'm not trying to hit a super high frequency. I'm just trying to let basically everybody know, hey, you came in, you weren't interested in the offer. I get it. The trial wasn't good for you. Remember, we led with the trial. We didn't even lead with the full price. But hey, look, you can lead with the full price all you want. The point is, our hero offer wasn't good enough for you. Here, is the opportunity to get better value. And if you say no, fine. Now, ultimately, what happened with that is we proved it as a concept inside of retargeting with ads. From there, when that works, or potentially even before you get to that point, if your CRM is really good, you can move it to email. Now, to flip it, instead of launching with ads first, you can launch it as an abandoned cart email journey. Hey, thanks, we saw that you were interested in this thing, come back and buy it. I don't care, piss off. Or, hey, we saw you were interested in this thing, you didn't like it, here's a discount. That's one thing that you might see. Instead, I'm going to say, hey, I saw you didn't like this thing. We're actually going to build an entire bundle just for you to meet all of your needs. And it's going to come in at a higher price, but it's going to be a much better value. So now we're building a moat. We're positioning the brand. We're giving you a better value. And we're selling you something that's meeting your needs. It's not just price conscious. Because honestly, if you're price conscious, I don't want you. Either way, you can use it in your abandoned cart email flows if you're good at that thing. Or if you want to just go straight ads, hit the retargeting. Now, the point is, once you figure this out, the real win is you begin to make that your primary offer. That $39 offer that we talked about, that was actually ended up being the prospecting offer for the business. I have a women's clothing business right now. Our flagship offer is pretty much in the transition period right now of buy 3, get 1 free being the primary offer. Yes, the CPA is higher, but the AOV is higher. The LTV is higher. And if I can get a volume of sales, I'll take that all day. Now, ultimately, what this means is what you are trying to do with a rebuttal upsell is figure out how to take your hero product and package it in a way where you beat your competitors, not just on marketing, but also in value and positioning. When you stop relying on being clever as a marketer, and you stop relying on price to be the objection that you're overcoming, and you start relying on being really good with your business model and leaning into the skills that your business has, and leaning into your customer behavior, not just with your brand, but how they behave in general. Remember I said the buy 2, get 1 free of the meal replacement shakes? We knew we weren't probably the first meal replacement shake people had gotten. The thing that you're selling, do you think the first time anybody's ever buying that thing is because they're buying it from you? Are you the introduction to that product line in somebody's life? If so, great, but if not, does offering a discount make your brand look better? No. But if you can provide a better bundle deal to people, they're way more likely to buy from you. Because not only are you meeting their needs on the singular level, you're overcoming the objections of value so that people can tell themselves the story of why this is a good deal. And when they do that, they're far more psychologically attached to the business. And when they have multiple things in their household with your brand name on it, they're far more likely to buy again. That's how you build a business. You attract customers that are worth more money. Whether you're drop shipping or you're trying to take a really good idea out of your garage and into a warehouse. Whether you're struggling at a 6-figure business and you're just hoping to make $1 million next year, or you got $1 million business and you want it to be $100 million business. In every one of those cases, I've done this. And in every one of those cases, once you get it right, the growth is astronomical. This is infinitely more important than audiences, infinitely more important than bidding models, infinitely more important than the next hack that somebody that works at an ad agency is going to try to sell you as a good idea. This is how you build. This is how you win. Now, I appreciate you listening here. I told you I was going to try to make this time as valuable as possible to you. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment below. If you really enjoy this information, you want to know more stuff This is literally scratching the surface of the essence of the iceberg that you could be getting inside the Facebook Ads MBA program. I highly recommend you check it out. Go to disruptorschool.com. You can check out the Facebook Ads MBA program. You can see other courses in there on things like PSM and psychology. You can see bundle deals on ebooks and all sorts of other things, because ultimately your success is what I'm looking for. You should have less stress and more success. And generally speaking, the biggest issue most people have is far more to do with business model and the architecture of their acquisition. If you're still chasing down audiences and multiple offers and if you're still trying to run your Facebook ad account by what an ad agency says you should be doing, if you still distrust Facebook and you think they're a bad business partner and all of these other victim language, if you still take that as your North Star, things are only going to get harder for you. And if you shift to, instead of trying to fight the beast and outsmart something that's infinitely smarter than all of us put together, when you begin to leverage the machine for you, success is not far behind. I'd love to help you as much as I can to get there. Again, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you don't miss any of this stuff. Sign up for the newsletter. Go to disruptorschool.com. Just poke around. We've got some of the best educators in the world. These are not the people they're going to see talking at all the conferences, because these are the people that are actually really good at what they do, not the folks that haven't even done the work in years, but are the talking heads you recognize from the internet. To be fair, honestly, 98% of the people selling advice and talking about what you're supposed to do don't even do the work themselves. And the folks that do, probably 90% of them aren't on the brand side. And the people that are on the brand side don't have the time to do that because they're running a huge business. To be fair, the only reason I do that is because for me, this is the business. For me, this is fun. My motivation is to help this out, because to be fair, there's very few people doing it. And there's so much harm being done by individuals giving bad advice. So this is the Rebuttal Upsell definitive guide. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Check out disruptorschool.com for more information on anything else I can do to help. Go ahead and subscribe. Smash the like button. Leave me a positive review. Smash the comment sections, other things. And YouTube thinks you might like a couple of these videos. And again, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you on the internet. Bye.